Namaste. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to Tuesday live readings. And today I am going to be using the wee moon for you to deepen your reflection into today's reading. So, very excited to use these two decks in combination with one another. So today I don't have a particular spread, 1, 2, 3 for you. But as many of you are aware, on Tuesdays before I go live, I am doing a series right now, a thought-inspired series. And so I've been doing some reflecting on the energy, the shift of energy moving into Pisces season. And the fact that today as well, we are also still in the energy of the new moon in Pisces. So the moon will not move into Aries until later this evening where I am. So I feel the lunar energy, let's just say that. And I think this is an opportunity as well to dive into the energy of the corresponding court card for this time, and to, whether you view it as a king or a knight, or this is an energy of movement and change through um, connection and actively participating in our waters. So I subtitled today's inspiration "Dare to Dream," but I think that this is dare to dream, dare to journey, dare to be with your feelings and your emotions. And I think this will support all of us in these readings today. And of course, I will start with a reading for the collective and hope that you all draw inspiration from this. Hello, Audrey. Welcome. I do not have a link to the Narrative Alchemy Tarot below, but I'll be sure to add that later. The creator of the Narrative Alchemy is Chrissy Bentley, but I do have a link to the Wee Moon Tarot. And one of the things, if you're interested in this deck, I suggest that you wait until the summer to order it. They will be shifting the guidebook. And of course, they will send you a new guidebook if you order it presently. Yeah. If you want more information on that, you can refer to the other two videos I did on this deck. Hello, Janine, and hello to Donna. Saskia, welcome. All right, so this is a reading for the collective on the 21st day of February in the energy, the new energy of Pisces, as well as the energy of the, still in the new moon energy of Pisces, waxing moon. I want to read aloud just what I typed below here. Dare to dream. To trust that you know in your heart what your reality is. As we enter into Pisces season, how can we soften the boundaries and trust our inner knowing with greater certainty? All right, and welcome to Yustra as well too. Seven of Fire. Courage facing fear. I'm always fascinated with the correspondence Sorry about that. Hopefully all is well and you can hear me. Always fascinated with the Hello Terra Jackpot correspondence between Seven of Fire and Seven of Air. And this is a really intriguing piece of art. I see myself many years ago with my family in tow, walking a tightrope, carrying so much. And there's something kind of sad here as well, too, thinking that, and maybe it's more than my family in tow, maybe it was my community as well, too, wanting to be in that mood of fixing things, rescuing things, taking care of everything. This feels like a dangerous warning of the 9 of or 10, the 10 of fire. Mhm. And yet, subtitled Courage Facing Fear, walking above it at the same time. So, there's this energy of simultaneously thinking we have to do it all and also being brave enough to do exactly what it is that we need to do. I want to tie this. Oh, this is a beautiful correspondence. Love this card. This is a fifth arcanum, sacred paths, listening to signs, listening to signs through all of our senses. Donna, you understand. And five of fire. Okay, so there's lots of fire in this reading. Daring, perhaps this fits in a way that I wasn't expecting. Daring to be who you are, as you are. And one of my intentions for these readings was ways that we can soften our boundaries and move deeper into trust. Softening boundaries means one allows oneself to be exactly as they are. And if there is a fear, if there is a fear around your authenticity, and I speak from you know, personal association, um, I still in various relationships have a difficult time, or I just don't feel it's worth the energy explaining what it is that I do because it is so different and so unfamiliar to many people. And at the same time, um, you know what? I really honor the courage that is coming through in this reading. And I want you all to embrace that. This particular season, Pisces season, this particular Pisces season is the associated major arcana is the moon. So, for those of you that are aware of this moon energy, it really does require tremendous courage to navigate, to stay on path, to stay on spiritual path, to stay on the emotional healing path. And perhaps these cards here are saying, yes, you do. You do have that fire within you to persevere. I also love the the softness of this fifth arcanum in this deck about trusting the little steps along the way. Listening to the signs, listening to the symbols is really important. And what an interesting key phrase for a Hierophant card, sign language. Thinking about the interpretation and the way that we use and understand and the way that we use our senses, both our three-dimensional senses as well as our fifth dimensional senses to interpret these messages. I'm going to highlight Audrey's comment here. New moon in Pisces, Jupiter, traditional ruler at the moment, is currently in Aries. It makes sense, all that fire energy showing up in the collective reading. And there is this, when I think of the Jupiterian energy and Jupiter being the classic ruler of Pisces, not the modern ruler of Pisces, I feel that energy of, go big. Let's do this. we may as well do it now. We have this wonderful opportunity, this great kick at the can. So let's go big. Let's go big. And then Neptune, being the modern ruler of Pisces, is that energy of, what I was suggesting, let's dream and dare to love, but let's take all of this together and listen and learn and expand and grow and be the very best version of what we can be. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you a word and then we'll get on to your individual readings. For those of you that don't know the Narrative Alchemy Tarot, it is just single words. And while I have played with it, I haven't done any big readings with it yet. Now, this is very contradictory, sort of. So this is Four of Swords, Four of Air. The key word is rest. So how do you want to fit this word into this? This is sort of a message of go forward and don't forget to integrate, right? Step forward, don't forget to integrate. Also, there's something here that feels significant, and that is that the signs, the symbols, the connections with spirit are come through at a higher frequency. Does not come through loud and clear when we are in the busyness of our lives. And so perhaps this word, this message is one of exactly that. Remembering, we take a step or a couple of steps forward and then journal, integrate, meditate, get a good night's sleep. This is not about plowing ahead at Mach 1 through this journey. We need to remember to stop and smell the roses so we can hear the message from the birds, so to speak. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. And sorry about the interruption. For those of you that follow me and are here regularly, my dog had an injury at the end of last week, and I actually didn't go away. I've been nursing Amber. She's walking again and moving. I don't know what happened, but she's not going on off-leash walks. All right. So the first reading today is Angie, and Angie would like a reading. Would like to know what's next for me and love. Okay, you have a jumper card. Creative Fire. What a beautiful piece of art. I mean, there aren't too many cards in this deck where we don't see the women being true to their authentic selves. But this card to me shows Angie a lot of passion. This is a very also, oh, this is so interesting, Angie. So right now, I was talking about the lunar energy. 9 is a lunar number. The nines are connected to the moon just through their position on the tree of life. I mean, even though this isn't a Golden Dawn based deck, there is that energy that is there in the ether. So this feels, I feel like this message is one of, it is it is not only okay, but it is really important to be you, to honor all that you are, where you've been, what you do. And so I feel that. in response to your question, this would not be about rebuilding your online profile to make yourself a certain way. This is about really owning who you are so that you can find the very best partner for you at this time. Okay. All right. So I will. Oh, okay. I will draw 3 cards, and we have a repeating card. What is it that we are healing here? Devilish dilemmas. Okay. Interesting combination of cards. In response to the card that jumped out. And so let's just talk to this, okay? The card that jumped out and where I began with your reading feels to be an important message to the reality of what is showing up in this particular story. I feel as if there either has been a level of distrust, or you have made poor choices based on what you thought others expected of you. And bringing all 4 of these cards together, I feel that there is a very strong message here for you to come full circle to be who you are and what you are. I almost feel as if I could use some stronger words here and say, you need somebody to give you a knee in the bum sort of. There's I don't even know if that's the right movement, but it's okay to be who you are. This is You can let go of the mask, let go of any sort of thing that you've been doing that doesn't feel like you, but you think you've had to do to be in the game, so to speak. So I know this isn't asking your question, "What's next for me in love?" But I feel like this is a really important message to remind you in order to find what is next for you in love, your authenticity is more important than anything else. So I'm gonna draw you a word from the narrative alchemy. Mm. Hello to everyone that's coming in. Mm. Thanks for the donation, Katie. All right. So your keyword is grounded, and this is for a birth. All right. I'm hearing I am safe. I want to encourage you to find 2 things. One, to find a short phrase that reminds you you deserve to be here, you are, you belong, and there's an energy of safety that is important here as well too. I also think that through this process, any, earthing that you can do is gonna be tremendously helpful. Make a pot of root vegetable soup. Um, get started in your garden early. Go for a walk in the forest. This sort of thing is gonna help, um, bring the energy or help you to refocus on what is important as well too. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. All right, where are we going next, Donna? Tarot Jackpot is next with a question about. Hello, Tarot Jackpot. Mm. Is there any threat to my relationship that is there any threat to my relationship that can be overcome? You're welcome. Okay. I'm not sure that I completely understand the question, Tarot Jackpot. Do you think that you could just type a few more words into the chat, please, and thank you? Mm. Thank you, Donna. Thanks for taking care of the list. Mm. Okay. This is a reading for Tarot Jackpot on the 21st day of February, 2023. Is there any threat to my relationship that can be overcome? Okay. Is there a threat to my relationship that can be overcome? Is my relationship solid? Okay, I understand. Okay, the cards cut very decisively. So they're definitely picking up on a disturbance, disturbance in the universe, so to speak. Two of fire, five of water. Wow, this is gorgeous. Um, hmm. All right. Threat is a very heavy, heavy word. And we've got some really, it's a very interesting combination of cards. We have a card that honors the passion of relationship, that honors connection through the passion of relationship. And we also have a card of surrender. And I want you to look at the beauty of the artwork in the third card. The woman who is in the lunar energy, in the moonlight, bowing down to the earth and really honoring the process. So it definitely feels as if you are in a place where the relationship is being challenged. There are aspects of the relationship perhaps that aren't making sense, that don't feel quite right. And whenever the card on the left, the Tower card, shows up, oh, look at, this is a new deck for me, and I'm really loving the keywords quantum leap. One of the most important messages is that, and I'm going to call it a disturbance. This disturbance is for your greater good. And whatever way this is shaking up your relationship, in the long run, it is probably for your greater it is for your greater good. And I have to say that this is never a surprise. You likely knew this was coming. And I I really feel that your heart, your soul deserves more. And know that this threat is it's okay, and you're going to be okay. There is a there's something more that you need, there's a healing that you need, and there's so much beauty in this card. I feel as if you need some space right now. You need some space to be you. If you can think about some of the messages from first the first reading, and that perhaps if you could change the word threat to another word that to understanding that this is not something that's happening to you, but it's happening for you. Um, no matter how hard it seems. And okay, so the card in the middle is one that would seem that there is a soulful, deep connection between the two of you. And while that may always be there and may always be a part of your the connection between the two of you, it may not be enough to sustain the relationship. So I want to say that yes, this is a time to let go, and it is a time for you and your self-care. And again, we have a card, a word of that I would not put here. I would not put into this the general energy of this reading because this is flipping this in a total different way. So rather than looking at being on your own as something that is sad, it feels like this is something that is really honoring you and honoring your life to move in a new direction. Those are lovely words, Audrey. Thank you. Thank you. And I just please also know that I know a lot of people very well who are in this chat, and there is so much support and loving kindness in this group. And everything that is offered here only comes with that. Okay. Thank you, Tarot Jackpot. All right. Lots of new people here today. Thank you. And please, if the readings are resonating and you like what you're hearing here today, I appreciate your subscription, your subscribing, and liking the video. All right, next is Audrey. How can I best how can I best create space for creativity that allows me to quiet my buzzing mind? Okay. How can I create space for creativity that allows me to quiet my buzzing mind? Hmm. Okay, I got it. Audrey, I really feel as if, thank you, Audrey. I really feel as if some tension and relaxation is an important part of this process. So before you sit down to paint, before you sit down to knit, go for an energetic walk. This sounds really funny, but one of my yoga nidra mentors, one of his techniques is that he gets all the students on their yoga mats to have a temper tantrum. So he says to everybody, we're all lying on our backs in the yoga studio, And he says, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, pound your fists on the floor, pound your feet on the floor, and have a temper tantrum like you never did when you were a child. There's a This is one extreme, but another way is simply to, as you inhale, bring some tension into the physical body and then exhale. I feel like physical tension needs to be released, Audrey. You're welcome, Tarot Jackpot. All right. These cards are for Audrey on the 21st day of February already. Oh my goodness. Mm. And Audrey, I'm feeling my jaw. So vocalizing and finding some. You have a very interesting cut. I'm only taking the top card off the pile, which is most interesting. And we have a repeating card. Um, Reset. Clear your creative space. Fire Priestess Mother. And so for those of you that aren't familiar with this deck, this is the second court card. Okay. And Great Mother. Okay. Wow. Your creative energy definitely wants to thrive at this time. And the investment, the energetic investment you put into your creativity will be rewarded multifold. In no way doubt that or hear that your creative pursuits aren't worth your time, your money, your energy. Okay, so I'm going to say that first of all. The middle card really has me thinking about, um, and I think we were talking about this. I don't know whether it was in a live stream or whether it was in class about little kind of witchy practices that we can do to bring enchantment to our activities. And that might be putting energy into the candles that surround the table where you're working. It might be spritzing with a certain scent. Um, it could be to, I just feel like there's, I don't know, maybe you put particular crystals on the corners of the table where you work. But what I haven't said that came through as I was drawing this first card was it's like a complete reset. I want you to take everything off the table and to look at your workspace, your your art room, your creative corner as a complete blank slate. It's like you're pressing the reset button and you're starting fresh with something quite simple and letting it build anew. If you were, suppose you were learning to knit and you had containers and containers full of knitting needles, I would ask you to put all of those knitting needles away and choose one pair. One pair, maybe you like the color of acrylic or you like the sound that the bamboo made, and you choose one. I feel like you need space. You need space to create. So there's something about cleaning up and putting things away. Um, And with the energy of the jaw, remember this is and has to do with clearing the voice. It's connected to both listening and to the vocalization of sound. And I'm wondering if there is a chant or there is a song, and maybe this is not so much about producing with your hands, but producing with your voice and allowing your voice to have some power and creativity. It feels like it's part of the process, and there may be an energetic block that you feel in the jaw and that can be released through some sort of vocalization. Mm. The other thing, Audrey, is that when we have tension in the jaw, sometimes we have tension in the second chakra as well too. And there may be issues of the second chakra. Now, this is so very cool because the second chakra is where the creativity begins. This is the womb. And if the jaw is tight, the hips are tight. If the jaw is tight, the creativity is not flowing. So we need to soften the jaw. Does that make sense? All right. What is Audrey's word? Huh? Magic. Magic. That's what I was feeling now. Audrey, this is Queen of Fire, 13 of Fire. And it has a blue color. And the blue color takes us to the throat chakra. So what I suggest you do is take these pieces of the puzzle, and put them together in a drawing or a painting or a mind map. Sounds like you don't really need to be doing mind map if your mind is buzzing too much. Um, I also, with magic, I'm also asking, hearing something about you as a little girl, and there's a connection with uh, with fairies and believing. And, I don't know what it is. So to let yourself play also feels really important here. Okay. Thank you, Audrey. All right. Donna, you are busy. All right. Let's go to Muskan. Muskan. My ex, Safi, has a girlfriend, but we met. And I think he loves me. Will he reconcile with me? Okay. Can we hold support and love and light for Miss Khan at this time, 21st of Feb, 2023, in the energy of the new moon in Pisces? All right. Give us some information about Muskan's relationship with her ex. What is in her highest at this time? Where does the ex fit into this story? As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. Yeah, Donna is very busy today. All right. This is a great card. The Empowerer. This is a message of you. Oh, sorry. Okay, just trying to focus here. Making sure that for the right reasons, and this feels like a very similar message to, I'm sorry, I forget who I was talking to. Tarot jackpot, I think. You you being in charge of your life. It's up to you to co-create with the universe the kind of life that you want to have. That includes the thoughts and the visions that you are putting out there into the universe, about you getting very, very clear about what your future partner looks like, what how they respond to you. So, for example, um, your ex, the way that they speak to you, the way that they treat you, the way that they, um, is that something that you wanna have for, down the road into the future? What I'm seeing in the cards on the table is an incredibly strong woman who doesn't let their partner mess around with them. Somebody who deeply loves and knows themselves. This is not about another having power over you, it's about your strength and your ability to, it's not like, you're taking charge and you're the boss and the one who's in control of the relationship, but you know who you are so well that there's no doubt that the person who is in front of you is not completing a relationship, but honoring you, and together you create something even stronger and more beautiful. And so if that your ex, sounds like something you can create with your ex, then invest time into it. However, if when you are with your ex, you don't feel that you can be the all-powerful person that you are, then know that it's not worthwhile investing time and energy into that relationship. All right, let's find your word. Hmm. This is so on one hand, this is a very synchronistic card. This is the energy of now. So this feels really important. And the key word is devotion. The color is purple, which is a very high chakra color. And it is one of, yeah, it is as important to be devoted to yourself and love and kindness for yourself and your own emotional and spiritual journey as it is to honor your ex's path. It is important that you allow your ex to move in. Do you know that expression, "If you love them, let them go, and if they're meant to be yours, they will come back, and if they don't, they're not." Well, this is sort of what's going on here. You need to be strong enough to give your ex space, not let your ex feel like you're needing him. And also, if you are feeling like you need your feel very needy to have him back in your life, then you'll know that you're not at the place yet where you need to be, okay? Thank you, Muskan. These words resonate and you can find some direction through these words. Thank you. All right. Katie. Welcome to Katie. Just scrolling on down. There's Katie. Katie's asking about Jordan. Let's all give a big thank you to Donna for the work that she's doing today, managing the list. I really appreciate your support, Donna. Let's send her some love. All right, Katie P, 23rd, 21st of Feb. Will Jordan decide to have a new relationship with me in the future? Okay. This is a reading for Katie, picking up on the energy of her connection with Jordan. Let's get some insight into that. As always, we ask these messages are in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be more fire. Lots of fire today. This is a really interesting combination of cards for Katie. I want to read my prompt for today because I think this is important consideration for everyone who's in the chat. Okay. Trust in your heart what your reality is. So it's really important that each and every one of you understand what the very best version of your life is, where you feel really like you. You're not being somebody you're not. And the second part of that was how can we soften boundaries and trust our inner knowing with greater certainty. I really feel that this is a time to let go of expectations, to let go of what you think is supposed to be. And so again, we have another reading of be strong in who you are. The judgment the judgment card comes up when we're going through a powerful transformation and we're shifting gears. We're shifting to something higher, greater, stronger, freer. And the card that's on the other side of that is so calm and peaceful. And what I'm sensing here is that you are in this very dynamic process, Katie, of discovering yourself. And I wanna encourage you to honor that process and to give yourself permission to be in that process. I'm not seeing cards here of coming together with another. This feels very dynamic. Um, Katie P, thank you for sorry, I'm just catching up on your comments, Katie. He couldn't accept my kids, and my kids your kids are your reality. So, you honoring you and getting strong and knowing that what you stand for man, my head Katie, my head is just tingling. What you stand for is what is important. Okay. Welcome to Kin, also known as Ink. All right, here is your word, Katie. Hmm, acceptance. And this is the Two of Cups in this deck. Again, another very high frequency. Maybe that's why my crown chakra is buzzing. It is so important to love yourself and to honor yourself, to love your children, to love your children as you love yourself. And if those are the relationships that are needing the time and energy and devotion, then that is exactly where your energy needs to be. And acceptance doesn't mean less than. Acceptance is not creating something smaller. It's honoring what is. And honoring what is exactly as it needs to be at this time. Okay? Thank you. Okay. And it's extraordinary that the messages today are about being you, being you, exactly as you need to be, getting strong, getting strong. And I know that this deck leans that way, but we haven't had a couple cards showing up here. You know, we've had cards of independence and power and vision and endurance. So, um, and Katie says, "So no for reconciliation." I what I what is most important is that you feel empowered and you feel strong in your decisions, and that when you stand up for what you want and when you speak from your heart, that you don't feel bad about it. You feel happy and you feel like you are you. And if you can feel like that when you are with Jordan, then take some energy into reconnecting and healing it. But if you don't feel that you can be you with him, then don't put energy into it. Your message today isn't so much a couple message. It's about making sure that you feel strong as you are and to know that you have every right to be the way that you are. Okay? So I know I'm not directly answering your question, but I think this is a really important message for you today. Oh, I didn't even read it, Donna. Let me find it. Let me find it. Um, Good question. Good question. I'll let you ponder that. All right. Sarabi is next with a question about. All right, Sarabi. Welcome, welcome, Sarabi, and hello to Sophie and Amy. Welcome, and know that your contributions, exchange of energy for the readings is greatly appreciated. There are some links below. If super chat is not your thing. All right, let's hold space for Sarabi as we reflect on their question. Will I get a new job before May? Will Sarabi get a new job before May? Cards certainly know where they want to cut today. This to me feels like a strong yes, Sarabi. This is a powerful card for Aries season, for the beginning of spring. And I'm talking about Western astrology. This is a card of leadership. It's a card of, yeah, very much a card of empowerment. And then we have a balancing energy of, so we have an active, strong, powerful, I want to say masculine energy balanced by a very strong, powerful feminine energy. Both of these feel like people who are in control of their lives. It feels, yeah, it feels, mm, it's full of empowerment. So this feels like a really strong, strong yes to me. And both of these cards would speak to energy that is before me. Yes, yes. Okay. Mm. And if we look at the Eight of Fire as one of things moving quickly, coming energetically, then yeah, I think this combination of cards is great. Your word. What is your word? Interesting. So this is the one of water, the ace of water. Okay. Your emotional investment, um, your emotional investment in this feels really important. Make sure that you are applying for jobs that where you truly want to work. It's important that you don't waste your time applying for jobs that you know will make you miserable. Your um, the f- the answer here is yes, and it's important that it is actually a job where you would feel fulfilled. So that feels really, really important. Okay. Thank you. All right. So Donna, Chloe is next for a general reading. Okay. Um, so Donna, I will do Chloe's reading and then I will do one more. So I'll let you choose the final reading for today. Lots of new people here. Hello to Ave. I didn't see you come in. Um, Chloe Golden. All right, so there's Chloe Golden. Chloe Golden. Thank you for finding your way here today. So tomorrow I'm going to have Philarkos deep dive and Tarot Foundations. Um, and so for those of you that don't know, I do a lot of teaching on tarot, and there are some new courses that are coming up as well too. So be sure to check out my website if you haven't already been there. The next course that's starting is Tarot Foundations 2. And there will be some smaller workshops that are coming up really soon. So check that out. Is that the right? Yes, that's the next course that's coming up. Yeah. Okay. And here's my website. So if you subscribe to my website, then you will, once those new courses are out, I'm going to send out I'll do a blog post and you'll get a link to the blog post. Okay. All right. Chloe Golden. This is a general reading for Chloe. Let's hold space for Chloe. Mm. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good and that no harm be done. So be it. Two repeating cards. So we have the Fool, the Five of Fire, which is radiance, and the Seven of Earth, sustainability. Air, fire, earth. I'm hearing lean back, let go, be you. It's really, I think today's subtitle should have been freedom, freedom, freedom to be you, freedom to, in the Five of Fire, there's a lot of, one of the reasons this is showing up today is that it's asking us to engage and to understand that. And this is for you, of course, Chloe, but this is also for others where this card has come up, and I want you to understand. So usually in the tarot, the Five of Fire can be quite confrontational, but I really feel like this card is showing up here today as a reminder that we have to do something. It's really important that we participate in our lives, and that if we are looking for shifts of energy, that it's necessary to reach out and to engage and to shine. and let ourselves be seen and be known. I love the whole idea that the keyword for this card is radiance. And it's like you shine and then you step back and you let it be. I'm feeling so this is not, and I said this earlier, this is not about um, going forward really quickly, speeding through life. It's, we engage and then we step. We we go to a meeting or a class or a circle, or maybe we go to some sort of an event and we meet somebody and we don't push, we reflect. Maybe this is about I there's something, and this has to do with having fun. It has to do with having fun and enjoying life and not expecting too much from life. But to know that our presence sometimes is just enough. And this card, often we see this as a card of patience. So we participate and then we wait and observe. Get a word for you and see if I can tie this together a little better. And if you have a theme in your mind, I know you said general, but this feels like a gentle journey. A gentle journey. You are opening to a gentle journey, allowing your radiance to shine. Hmm. Transformation. This is about saying yes to the invitations. It's about booking the ticket. It's about taking the next step to, perhaps there's movement in love, there's movement in career, and all of this feels like it's awakening to something really beautiful for you. Okay. Thank you, Chloe Golden. All right. Let me, Audrey, what did you say here? I would love to stay until the end, but it's time for bed. Well, good night to you, beautiful, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate it. I hope you all have a really beautiful day, and yeah, just dare to be you and dare to be the best version of yourself, because that is what's going to take you to happiness and find peace and harmony, and know that you know you know the best version of yourself and how that should shine through. So yeah, have a lovely rest of your day. And I will see some of you tomorrow or perhaps on Friday. On Friday, I'm going to do part two. 2 weeks ago, I did a sort of a tips on what to do with a new tarot deck, and I'm going to carry on with that theme on Friday. Okay, so I'll see you all very soon, and take good care. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you, Donna.